Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is my second time starting today because I was talking and realized I hadn't even pressed the record button. So I'm watching the timer. It's going this time, so we're on the off to a good start. Today is February 26th. I'm going to talk about today's episode of General Hospital for a while. As always, forgive me if I make any mistakes. It's not intentional. I did watch on YouTube today, so I may have missed something. That I can only go by the episode that I saw. So some of the scenes didn't really, a couple of scenes didn't seem like they were fluid and didn't really make sense. And I don't know if it's because that's the way it was presented to us from General Hospital or if it was just the way it was on the YouTube channel. So I'm sorry. I'm going to do my best. I usually try to go in order, then I end up all over the place, but I'm gonna start with what annoyed me most today. Drew ain't shit. Now I just gotta find that in my notes. I should have already had it set up. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh, where is it? I know it's here. I specifically wrote that Drew. Here we go. Oh, I was already there now. Scroll past. All right. So Drew ain't shit. At first, I didn't think he was going to be Jason's alibi. I thought he was going to lie. As soon as I realized that Cyrus was dead while Jason was with Drew, because I couldn't figure out why Jason went to see Drew for real, then I was like, oh, this is so he can be his alibi. At first, I thought he was going to lie. And then once Willow was with him, I was like, oh, okay. He's going to tell the truth because he wants to look good in front of Willow. He still lied. Like, he is a genuine villain. He is a bad guy. I feel like, and I know other people have said this, so I'm not presenting as my own unique original idea. He needs to be Shiloh or Peter, but I'd rather be Shiloh than Peter because then maybe he can die for real at the end of it. He is so gross and so disgusting, and Willow is an idiot. I was actually surprised that he didn't give Jason the alibi that he did lie. Shouldn't have been, but I was. And then seeing Willow making Google eyes at him and acting like everything's all fine, it was so annoying. And Willow talking about her and Michael grew apart, knowing damn well the only thing that was apart was her legs while she was riding her uncle-in-law on the nursery floor. That's what happened. We all saw it in 4K, so stop. The only thing connecting was that. It's so gross. I can't stand her. There is no part of me that is going to feel bad for her. The only way they can make me feel a little bit bad for Willow and have any sympathy for that at all is if Drew is actually Shiloh. And as much as I say I want that so that they haven't ruined Drew's character, I don't know that I want that to give Willow a path to redemption. Willow deserves everything that she gets. All right. This is funny. I wrote that we need to call the real Lulu back so she can call Willow what she is, a slut. That's funny if you know, if you have watching General Hospital a long time. I don't know if you remember one of my favorite Lulu scenes, the real Lulu, Julie. Oh, I can't remember her last name. Julie Marie, starts with a B. But my favorite, one of my favorite scenes with her is when she finds out, and I know it's slut shaming. It wasn't fair. It wasn't all Elizabeth's fault. It was also Nicholas's fault. I get it. But when Elizabeth had cheated on Lucky with Nicholas, and people started to find out, and Lulu found out, and they was at the hospital, and she called Elizabeth a slut in front of everybody. People was in the background like, ooh, what? I miss those days. I miss the days when General Hospital used to have the regular full-time cast, like the important people. They would also play background roles, which makes sense in a town, Port Charles, in every scene where you have like the front of the scene where it's like what's actually happening, and then in the background you have just day players, extras. I miss the days where they used to have like the regular cast playing the background parts too, because that's how it should be. But I also understand that things have changed. Budgets have been reduced. It's probably cheaper to have a day player or extra come in and give them $100 for a day versus having, somebody like Maurice Bernard in the background. So, but I do miss those days. Now I'm talking about something that's not even about the show today. Sorry. As much as I miss Sam, I miss Kelly Monaco, I miss Sam. Every time I turn on General Hospital, it's not the same without her. But I'm kind of glad that she isn't there to watch how they are destroying the character of Drew. I don't think she would want to be there. It's crazy But I think that maybe it might have been a blessing in disguise for her not to be on the show now, because I can't imagine how hard it would be for her to come to work and to have to deal with that, especially knowing, you know, all the behind the scenes stuff of what happened with Billy Miller. May he rest in peace. So I hope that there are only good things for her future, and that I hope General Hospital still means something to her, because she still means something to us. But I also want bigger and better things for her, and like peace for her. I have Stella and Curtis. I wrote, yes, Curtis, practice your speech in a public place. You're so smart. I'm literally biting my tongue not to say anything else negative about Curtis. It's not too much to say because he didn't do too much in that scene, but y'all know how much I love Curtis. Alright, let me go back up to the beginning so I can be in order a little bit. Starting with Brooklyn and Chase. Their conversation annoys me always. I say the same thing every day, and I'm sorry for being repetitive, but that's how I feel. When Chase started talking about using Finn for the baby, I was like, whoa, you sound like that shit with Christine and Molly. But then towards the end of their conversation, I was glad that Brooklyn brought up that how that went and how that could work for them too. I also thought it would have been okay for Brooklyn to bring up the fact that Finn is an addict. We can argue about the science and DNA and what's genetic or not, but like, Finn wasn't just an alcoholic after his father died. That's in he was predisposed. It was in him because he was hooked to whatever the drug when he had the Blackwood syndrome. The shit that Hayden helped. Oh, Hayden. I miss Hayden. But the stuff that Hayden helped him wean off of. Beautiful love story. Crazy when to say it like that, but one of my favorite love stories in the past 20 years of GH is probably Finn and Hayden, and when she helped him get off the drugs and they found their way to each other. Before the writers destroyed it and had fake Nicholas threaten her life. When Brooklyn told Chase, she was like, I don't want to have Finn's baby. I want to have your baby. I was like, damn, poor Chase. Brooklyn, he can't. Like, that's the whole problem. That's what y'all talking about. That's what this whole situation is about. He can't do it. What you want him to do? He tried. He problem solved it at least. Like, his fellas don't swim. They don't swim. What you want him to do? Let's see. And then I was like, it's very ironic, stupidly ironic, but we know that Chase talking about having a child and finding out much later in life that the person that he thought was one relation was actually his father. We know that's about Dante and Gio. And then they go downstairs and we're actually seeing Gio. And when Gio started talking, I was really ready to tell him shut the fuck up until he brought up Scout. And then I was like, okay, I can kind of see it. And then I remembered that Drew just became a Quartermain 2 days ago. And so did Scout. I know it's not really 2 days ago. I exaggerate. But I don't know that Scout would care. That's what my daughter was saying. Like, does it even matter? I was like, probably not. Because it's not like her mom was a Quartermain. I feel like, if anything, give Scout Sam's last name. Let her be McCall. If that's the case. But I don't know. It was nice to see Ned when I was, because of the way I watched it on YouTube. I wasn't sure if that was Ned because it went so fast. I was like, oh, is that Ned? Because I kind of miss Ned. I wanted him to have some banter with Tracy, but it didn't go the way that I wanted to. So, but it was good to see him for like 5 seconds. Olivia too, for like 2 seconds, and then I was over it. Let's see. It was something else about that scene. And I don't know if Tracy was talking to Gio or Lois because of the camera angles, but when she told him to butt out because they're a guest in the house, I was like, it's Monica's house. Alan gave it to her. I don't think I've said that since I've been reviewing General Hospital, so I've been waiting for my perfect moment. That was it. All right, I'm all over the place, but why does Jason assume that Cyrus is dead? Jason should assume that Cyrus set him up, that Cyrus is framing him for his murder. Yes, because Jason threatened Cyrus in a public place, cool, but I don't think he should automatically assume that Cyrus is dead. I don't know if any of us should, because I feel like he might still be around. Not that that's where I wanted to go, but we'll see. All right, Joss and fake Brennan, they were talking in circles. Every time it came back to them and they were having the same conversation, I thought that show had started, the loop had started over for General Hospital, and that I had to find another channel to watch it on because they were saying the same shit every time. I was glad try this again. Glad that Joss was aware and acknowledged that Brennan was essentially blackmailing her. But then she still chose to be the spy, so I don't know. I'm happy for Eden. I'm happy for Eden for the role. For Joss, I don't know. I'm worried about Carly. She's just always going through it. I just want something better for her. And Joss, Dex wasn't a hero. He really wasn't. I mean, maybe he was when he was in the military. No disrespect to anyone that serves in our armed forces. My brother is a Purple Heart hero, so much respect. Anytime I see a vet with their hat on, I always thank them for their service. Guys, if you don't do that, if you ever see someone and it's like they have on like a military uniform or they have their hat, a lot of the retired vets will wear their hats. If you see them, just go up to them and say thank you for your service. Their face will light up. It makes them so happy. Whenever I do it, it seems like they haven't been told that in forever. And I think it really makes them feel good about themselves. And it might help a small amount just compared to the shitty way that our country treats them when they get home. It's despicable. But even though I don't agree with the reasons for war, and I don't think it's actually about freedom, I think it's more about money and resources. But that does not stop me from valuing the sacrifice that they make so that we can live every day, freely in America. So thank them for their service. Any veterans watching this, thank you for your service. I appreciate you so much. You are much braver than I could ever be, and I am in awe of your sacrifice every day. Thank you. All right, let's get back to this. Oh my God, did I say everything already? Am I talking that fast? 12 minutes, ain't no way. There's no way. Could Drew be working with Brennan? Fake Brennan? Maybe. I don't know. Just throwing it out there. Once again, drink shit. But they should be able to, and I know it's a soap opera, it's fictional, so they decide when they bring in like real technology and not. We know half the time things happen, we think, why don't they have a security camera? And we know it's because the writing isn't clever enough to tell the story that way. So, but if we're actually dealing with like reality, they should be able to look at Jason's cell phone that I'm sure he had, in his pocket when he went to Drew's, and it should ping cell phone towers that he was nowhere near the cabin where Cyrus was. That should be very easy. Diane's a great lawyer, right? But I don't know if they're gonna just ignore that or not. So we'll see. What I wish Carly would have said to Drew, what would Oscar say? I would have loved, but then you know what? I would have loved to see fake Drew's face when Carly said, I do this so much. I feel like it's probably annoying. I'm sorry. But what would Oscar say? I wanted to see, put my hand down, fake Drew's face to see how he would react to that. But now thinking about it, I actually think that would just help fake Drew, because Willow would see it as Carly attacking him and throwing his dead son in his face. And maybe that is what he's doing, but I think that would be what Carly would be doing. But he deserves it. Can we be honest? He really does. Yeah, I was excited at first about them taking the Quartermain from Drew, but I don't know. That scene kind of took the joy out of it for me. But when Carly told Willow, wake up, you're having an affair with a man who doesn't exist, I was like, yes, tell her, because she deserves it. I cannot wait for all the truth to come out. And I thought it was going to be February sweeps, but I guess I was rushing it. You know how they like to drag things out. And we don't have sweeps again until like May, right? So it's end of February, so we got March, April. 2 more months. 60 days, guys. I don't know. It's a long time. But it's long enough for Willow to get pregnant. So we will see. All right, I already said that. I wonder if, again, I'm excited for Eden to have this role. I would like her to have some moments of contrition and doubt within herself, like maybe some staring in the mirror, some monologuing, maybe go to church even. But I want her to compare what she did with Cyrus, even though she was defending herself. I want her to compare herself to Sonny. And even Dex when he was working for Sonny. I want her to feel like morally bad. I want her to question whether or not she actually did the right thing, whether or not she is actively doing the right thing now. I want it to be hard for her to lie to her mom. I don't want it to be so easy. All right. Oh, I didn't. Oh, well, the show started. I went out of order, but Kai and Trina, I wrote it was absurd, but it was also funny. Like, I get it's cute. It's supposed to be romantic. I don't think I'm receiving the scene the way they want me to receive it, because I'm laughing at it more than anything. My daughter and I are just making eye contact, busting out laughing at how ridiculous it all is. Kyle's painting with the books and the questions, but at least that's what he meant to do. Like, it wasn't, I don't know. It was funny to us. And his art was better than Trina, so go figure. I said all when she fell into his arms, but I also, like, that was something special that happened between Spencer and Trina, so that was kind of hard. But she went for it. She was like, she's done grieving. She leaned in. So I'm happy for them. I hope they don't rush the next step, though. I hope they keep getting to know each other. As I say that, I just realize if they keep getting to know each other, that means that we got to sit through those scenes. And I don't know about that. I don't want to hear. I don't know. Because they always have, like, the same conversation where he puts himself down, she lifts him up, then she blames herself for his football career ending. Like, the same conversation they had today, same conversation they had yesterday, the same conversation they had last week and the week before that. I need them to talk about something else. And then maybe I can be a little more invested. Alright. Oh, gosh. I'm fast today. Brooklyn and Chase. I already talked about them. Alright, I did my list from, like, the bottom up, so I'm gonna go through it one more time just to make sure that I didn't miss anything. I'm sure I did. If you guys comment below and let me know. Just making sure. Oh my gosh, I think I really... Yeah, I'm sure I must have missed something because I'm never this fast, but that's all I got for today. I don't know. Let me know. Do you guys prefer shorter? This is at least like 10 minutes shorter than what I normally do. So maybe it's because it's early. No, that doesn't make sense. And even though I finished early, I still found a way to just keep rambling. I tell you, I really like doing this. I really like hanging out with you in my mind, talking about General Hospital. Thank you so much for sharing this time with me. I appreciate you all. Thank you to everybody who likes, comments, and subscribes, everything. I'm going to stop talking. Live long and prosper. See you tomorrow.